Late! I know, I'm late. But the good news is I've had my Cocoa Pops and I'm feeling good this morning. Today's video is about the mentality of West Ham United at the minute. We beat Leeds United and then straight away Declan Rice was saying we haven't played well enough, we didn't play well enough. Then David Moyes followed it up and said that he didn't think we played well enough. We weren't good enough in the final third. We didn't keep the ball good enough. And I loved that. A 2-0 win. We're disappointed with our performance. I've not seen anyone really say we played well. That most people seem to acknowledge that we got away with it a little bit and that perhaps Leeds fans might have been a bit disappointed. In the first 10 minutes they were all over us, a bit unlucky with the VAR. I do think Leeds United were really unlucky with that VAR. I hate seeing stuff ruled out for that kneecap. I'm still, even looking at the still of Costa's knee, I'm not even convinced he's offside. I'm aware they've done the lines and stuff, but the trajectory of the lines don't really add up to me. But anyway, we'll ignore that. But before we get into the topic itself, we need to discuss two things. First of all, this video is sponsored by ETC Sports. I still don't have the intro and the logo, so I can't put it on the screens, but I can talk about it. I can talk about how they do playing surfaces. So if you or you know anyone or an organisation or a community or a school that needs to get their surfaces redone for the kids, the tennis courts, the playgrounds, so on and so forth, do check them out. The link is in the description at ETC Sports. A massive thank you to them for supporting the channel for the duration of the calendar year. And the second thing is, with all this COVID business going on, we seem to have forgot about something. We seem to have forgot about a big issue. Man flu. Where's man flu gone? I'll tell you where it's gone. Gonda's got it. Well, I don't know if he's got man flu per se. He's not been very well the last few days. Hence why you're stuck with me. You had Charlie yesterday, me the day before. But I'm led to believe, a little bit of in the know here, an exclusive for the Hammers Chat Forum channel. I'm led to believe that Gonzo's on the mend, because tonight we're doing our mug of tea, which is a cup of tea with you and Gonzo, but in the same cup, but we call it a mug instead of a cup. But it's for the patrons, patreon.com/hammerschat. If you want to get involved for the mild addicts and addicts. So tonight we'll be doing a live stream in the evening, chatting about anything goes. We tend to go away from West Ham, a bit like what I'm doing really. I should just shut up and get on about West Ham. We tend to go off on tangents anyway. But back to the topic in hand, the mentality of the squad. There's a lot of things I'm impressed with this season. Obviously where we are in the league, the results, some of the wins. I thought we played entertaining football. But what keeps me confident going into this running with the European thing on the, well, are we going to get European football or not? That is the main topic. That's the big question. 11 games to find out. But what gives me confidence isn't players. Of course that has, all these following things have an impact, right? But it's not necessarily the players. It's not necessarily the manager. It's not necessarily the fact that we scored the most goals from set pieces this season, or we've hit the woodwork the most this season. It's not even a clean sheet. Something like 36% of our games or something in the Premier League this season, we've kept a clean sheet. A ridiculous number. I think Craig Dawson's kept a clean sheet in 50% of his games for West Ham. Even that isn't the main thing that gives me confidence. It's not even... the consistency is a byproduct of it, I guess. But it's the mentality of these players and manager and club. That is what gives me the confidence. That's why I look at other clubs like Tottenham and I prefer West Ham's chances. And I'm doing my best to remove my clout and blue specks here. I really am. I always like to think I am fair. When we do the previews and that, I have absolutely no issue predicting a defeat for West Ham. If I generally think we're going to get beat, I'll say I think we're going to get beat. Simple as that, really. Even when I do my best to get those clout and blue specks off and put them to one side, away from Gonzo's man flu tissues, I still think we will qualify for European football this year. Hand on heart, my prediction right now, is that we will finish fourth. Honestly, I think we will. I've not done that predictor thing that Gonzo's done. I'm just looking at the form of the teams, all these contributing factors, and the fact I think Leicester's injuries, I think they got away with one against Brighton, just like we did against Leeds. But I think they're going to miss out. I think Chelsea will finish in the top four. I can't see us catching Chelsea. I think the team that we're going to catch, and we have to catch if we want in that top four, is Leicester City. The problem is, it's not just us. Everton will be thinking the same as well, as will Liverpool at the minute, as will Spurs. But we've still got to play. We've got a game in hand over Leicester, and we've still got to play them. We win that game in hand, we beat Leicester, we overtake them. Destiny is in our own hands. And on Saturday, when you do the review, Gonzo will just tell you this as well. When you do a review straight after the game and you've won, But you've got to sort of say that we didn't play that well, or you've got to say that player wasn't that great. You don't feel good doing it. You almost feel wrong. Part of you feels like, this ain't right, we've just won. And you can be happy you've won, but you can also think that you didn't play well. And that's where I was on Saturday. And I enjoyed watching the game. I think it helped that we were winning 2-0 for the whole second half. And I felt comfortable watching it. But the reason I felt comfortable, again, just comes down to the mentality of this squad, the mentality of that team. Every time Leeds were coming at us and they were close and they probably should have scored, I just thought, this team will not crumble. We will not buckle under the pressure. Dawson and Diop at centre-back, we were good enough to have crosses coming into the box and they'll clear it away. When you see Ben Johnson coming on, you know we're way to switch tactics up. We're going to go to 5 at the back. Now, sometimes when you switch formation, teams, and then include West Ham in this in previous seasons, they take a little period to adjust. And when I say a period, I don't mean 3 games time. I mean in the game it can take them 5-10 minutes to get to grips as to who's marking who, because Cresswell's been marking Rafinha for the whole second half, and all of a sudden Ben Johnson's on. They're playing in similar positions, left centre back, left wing back. Which one of them is marking Rafinha? Who's watching Ayling? Is whoever's playing on the left of the midfield, Pablo Fornals at this point, is he coming back, kind of thing. And sometimes it can be a little bit disorganised, lack of communication or something. I never have that fear anymore. When we were switching formation, I was fine with it. I wasn't thinking, oh no, I hope that we're going to get to grips with this like that. We do. Even before Johnson's on, everyone knows their role. Everyone switches just like that. And I absolutely love it. And then, anyway, I did the review. Felt a bit bad, really. But when I saw Declan Rice's comments to saying that he felt that we weren't good enough and we were too sloppy and stuff like that, I love those. I enjoy seeing the banter. I enjoy seeing Declan Rice on Instagram telling Jesse Lingard he's off the penalties from now, and Lingard replying saying like, yeah, no problem, they're all yours, kind of thing. I love that. That spirit is part of the mentality thing. But that sort of, David Moyes has said that he was disappointed we dropped out of the top 4, and he told the boys that. We didn't even play a game. We dropped out of the top 4 because the likes of Chelsea and Everton were playing catch-up. They played their game in hands and won and overtook us. And David Moyes was disappointed we dropped out of the top 4. That is just what we're crying out for. When David Moyes rocked back up at the club and just says, just what I do, winning, I laughed at it, and I laughed for a while, and I quoted it for a long, long time as a stick to beat David Moyes with, because, well, we weren't winning. And I thought, well, when are you going to start? Well, this is what he's doing now. And that sort of mentality, evidently, David Moyes has had it since day one, but now he's got it through to the squad. Mark Noble's open letter yesterday, as emotional as it was, if you break it down bit by bit, I always say when you're making big decisions, remove emotion. Because if you add emotion, your judgment's clouded, it's a little bit, it's not, you need black and white. You need to remove emotion when you do things. So if you read that letter and take out the bits about feelings and look at what he's talking about, which is black and white factual stuff, and in it is a feeling and an opinion, but he says in about how this is possibly the best team he's ever worked with at West Ham, and the team spirit and stuff. That is, while it's part of the opinion, I would also argue that is factual as well. I'd also argue that's factual. Mark Noble is away to play his 18th season next season. 17 seasons he's had at West Ham, and he's picking out this one as the best team spirit. This is including, Allardyce, who's a decent manager. This is including that season at Upton Park when it looked like everybody was loving life. You were seeing training pictures every day of them all having fun and stuff, as we are this season. And everything just comes back, whatever way you look at stuff, it all comes back to mind games almost. It all comes back to that winning ethos that we've now got. Declan Rice on TalkSport a couple of weeks ago, we don't fear anyone. Now, yes, you can make an argument we feared Liverpool a few weeks ago far too much, and I don't think we feared them. I think we just gave them far too much respect. I think we played the wrong Liverpool that day, and I don't think it comes down to fear. I think that just came down to an error in judgment by whoever and all involved on the day, whether it's the management team, whether it was the players on the pitch, or everybody. And I think it was partly everybody. I think it was just an error. They got it wrong. That's okay. You're going to make mistakes. But the fact is, we're not making them very often now. When we were coming up to the Leeds game, the last few weeks now, the Leeds game, the Sheffield United game, the Man City game, at the start of the season, even when we were winning games, I used to be a bit sort of anxious as to what the team lineup was going to be. It's like, oh, I hope he does this, I hope he does that, I hope he doesn't do this. Same with post-lockdown and stuff. But now, since Christmas time or whatever, I'm not bothered. The lineups are coming out, and I'm like, whatever it is, it's the right thing to do. I genuinely believe he got the Brighton game wrong. That was the last game, off the top of my head. Brighton game was the last time he got the lineup wrong. Liverpool, he got the mentality, which is what I'm praising. I think that was wrong. I think the way we played, the system was incorrect. The lineup on this day was not the worst thing in the world, but it was just the way we played it. With Brighton, he got it badly wrong. But since then, every week, look, we're playing Man United on Sunday. As it stands, I am chilled. We've got a forced change to make. Jesse Lingard can't play, so he's going to have to do something. I am quite confident. I'm putting my neck on line. I'm quite confident. He's got two options essentially, but I think what he will do, I'll make a prediction now as to what David Moyes is going to do. He'll switch to 5 at the back. Saeed Benrahma will come out. Jesse Lingard will come out because he's ineligible, and I think we'll see Ben Johnson and Jared Bowen go in. So I think we'll play 3 at the back. Johnson on the left, Soufal on the right. We know our centre midfielders are Souček, Rice and Fornals, and then I think you'll see sort of a front 2, if you like, of Jared Bowen and Mikel Antonio. I think that's what Moyes will do. But whatever he does, even if he sticks with 4 at the back, whatever, I'm calm. And it's funny because West Ham's mentality has massively impacted mine. I don't just mean a feel-good factor, it has helped a lot. I'm loving West Ham at the minute. I'm looking forward to the games. I wake up in the morning, I'm excited for what I'm going to see. Doesn't matter who we're playing, I'm excited. When the full-time whistle goes, I cannot wait for the next game. I wish it was tomorrow kind of thing. We beat Leeds. I've done the review and I thought, when's the game? Sunday. Oh, crikey, I've got until Sunday to wait to the football. I want it now. I can't get enough of West Ham right now. Absolutely loving it. So, and part of the reason it's mentally helping me and a lot of other West Ham fans is because of the mentality of the club right now. Anyway, hopefully that makes some sort of sense. I just wanted to sort of talk about it because when I seen it, I almost celebrated that not as much as a goal. But you know, at full time, the whistle goes, you think, get in, that'll do. I mean, there was some wild celebrations. The game was over long before full time. So the full time whistle went against Leeds, you go, get in. We move on to the next one. I was a bit like that. When I read Rice's comments and David Moyes' comments, I thought, get in. That's what I want to see. I like that winning mentality, not be good. I remember when I used to work, I used to work in retail management. And the manager that I looked up to the most, the manager that sort of moulded me the most, I remember he had a saying, and his saying was to create an environment where success is inevitable. That's what he always wanted to do in his store. And I still remember it word for word now, about a good 14 years later, maybe since I first started working for him. I still remember it now. And it's almost like that's what we're doing at West Ham. We're creating that environment now where success is inevitable. Because success can be measured in many ways. It doesn't always have to be winning trophies. For Man City, success is measured in winning trophies. For Liverpool, it is. But the other side of the table, Fulham's success this season is measured by remaining in the Premier League. As simple as that. For West Ham, it's about progress. It's about bringing through youth players. It's about trying to qualify for European football. And I think it's been a successful one this season. Even if we miss out on European football, I would still chalk it up as a success, going by what our ambition was in August before we kicked off at the start of the season. It would be disappointing given where we are today, but generally it would be good. Anyway, I'm shutting up now. If you're a patron, I'll see you tonight with Gonzo, and then I shall have a video on the other channel later today. Preview for the Man United game will be up Friday as well, but Gonzo should be back tomorrow on this channel. Gonzo should be back. It depends if he's over his man flu or not. Anyway, I'm going to disappear. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're around here, and let's get this channel up to 12,000 subscribers. A little while to go. I know it says 11 something. I'm not sure what it's on. 11,100 and something anyway. But anyway, look after yourself. I'm definitely going now. I need another bowl of Cocoa Pops.